Okay, it's Thursday. Another amazing Thursday today. And guys, we say welcome back to the conversation. It's outspoken and opinionated. Of course, I am your host, Edwin Maya. It's another amazing conversation with an amazing woman. If you guys have been following us for the last 2 weeks, we have been advertising because we are having conversations with um, extreme political women. And so last week we had Sivette Gibson, and this week we have Miss Siah Finoh, and she is going to come on the show soon. But hey, guys, just want to give you guys context. I'm having conversations with women around the globe who are in politics. And so, like I said, last week we had Sivette Gibson from Liberia. Today we have Siah Finoh, who is actually here in Maryland, PG County. Next week, we're going to be meeting with Casey Manyena. She's currently the assistant vice mayor for the city of Cheverly. And then the following week is a surprise. But you guys are going to be crazy. But without further ado, I'm going to bring Siah into the broadcast. And welcome to the conversation.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me on your program.
It's good to have you. It's really great to have you. We say thank you for honoring the invitation. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to just help us get some understanding of what you women, Black women, African women, beautiful women go through when it comes to politics. And so I'm just going to go straight in. But first, we want to know, just tell the people about you, who you are, what you do, and stuff like that.
Hi, my name is Siah Finoh. I am a mom, a mother of 3 children. I grew up in Prince George's County. I've been here since I was 13 years old. I came here in the early 90s, and I've been in PG, since then. And PG is my home. I'm in love with Prince George's County, and I've been involved in politics since 1992 when President Clinton was running for office. Oh. I wrote him a letter, and when he won, he wrote me back. So that's when I got bitten by the bug. And my dad was very instrumental in pushing me, and he just didn't want me to be in this bubble. Sometimes we Africans, when we come to a place, we stay in the bubble. We don't want to, immerse into other communities. So, but my dad really, spread my wings and encouraged me to write, to people that I normally would not write to. And that's how and then I started volunteering. And I volunteered for a couple of campaigns. Jack Johnson's campaign was the first one. I was the youngest on Jack Johnson's campaign. I went on to Albert Wayne. He was a congressman for District 4. And I campaigned for Baker, our former county executive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was on this team as well. Then I walked up in Annapolis for Senator Exim, Nathaniel Exim for District 24, where I actually ran the last time. So he set the pace for me. He paved the way for me. He was very Afrocentric. And he loved Africa, so he embraced me. So he became like my dad. So those were the experience that I got. And I'm a former candidate for Maryland House of Delegates. I ran in 2018. I didn't win, but it was a great experience. It was a teaching, tools. People always say, oh, you failed, you didn't win. But no, that was a teaching moment for me because my background is political science. And what I was taught by the expert here, that normally people run 3 times. The first time is to put your name out there. The second time to put your name and the face together. Then the third time you have the likelihood of winning. So, but for me, luckily for me, I've done 2 in one time. So people know who I am now with the name and the face. So I'm hoping at this time that I'm going to run for Prince George's County Council, District 3. Which have a huge population of Africans and Spanish. Hopefully this time around I will go in, and I believe that I have a likelihood, with people like yourself by my side and, promoting me. I think this time they know that I'm here for us, not for me. This is not about Siah. It's about us, the African immigrant community. As if people realize, I rarely say I'm from Sierra Leone. I always am from Africa because I want us to speak as one voice. I know I love Sierra Leone. I grew up in the Liberian community in America.
That's what I was saying. We consider you to be Liberian. So I'm the one that's where you're making from. Okay, that just came in. Okay, we consider you to be Liberian. Let's get that straight.
Yes. So, I'm a Liberian per se because I literally grew up in the Liberian community. I remember a year ago, my dad called me and we're having a conversation. It's like, I did not have a Liberian daughter because it sounded just like I was speaking the raw Liberian English. But Liberian people have been really good to me. They embraced me, and I never felt like I wasn't part of them. So they are my brothers and sisters. And even during the campaign 2018, people were literally fighting over me. The Liberians were saying, "Oh, she's Liberian."
That's what we thought. We thought you were Liberian.
Yeah.
Wait, but I want. You said something just now, and I noticed something. When you talk about people, who inspire you. You give different men. There are men. So tell me, in this political arena of yours, have you been successful with other political women?
Yes, I actually had one, the woman that actually opened the way for me now, because I was going through, I always tell people I've been through every female issues in the world. I got married very young. I was a teenage mother, a teenage wife, a divorcee. By 22, I was divorced. So I was going through some stuff with my husband, and which, I didn't know anything about the law in America. And she came in to help me. She led me to Senator Exim for them to see how they can help me because I had no clue. I've never even been pulled over for a ticket, let alone go to court. Yeah, let alone go to court and try to fight for my divorce and my children. So that's how she was instrumental to me. But a lot of time it's difficult. The women are coming around now, but it's very difficult. Especially if you're an attractive woman with a brain. I remember there's a guy, I'm not going to call his name. It's a very well-known guy in Baltimore. He was part of the civil rights movement with Martin Luther King. So, I always like to honor people. And I request a meeting. I wanted to meet him and thank him. Said, I'm here. I wasn't born here, but I'm here and I want to come so we can work together and build our community together. And one thing that he told me, he said, when it comes to the men, you're going to have the vote. The vote is already there for you, but it's going to take the women. The women, because of your looks, because of your intellectuality, is going to be, women tend to, feel a little bit intimidated. But I see now that we're changing, we're supporting each other. It's about time that we change that narrative about each other. But most of the help that I've gotten so far are from men. Yes, majority of them.
I would just say that on the show. You're a beautiful, attractive woman. If you come to my door and say you need a vote for me, of course I'm gonna vote for you. Look at you. Yeah. But I think that can also be detrimental because I think sometimes, and I might be totally wrong, I think sometimes people are like, you're beautiful, you are intelligent, but I think the first thing, I'm speaking from a man's perspective, is what we see is your face. So the first is your beauty. So how have you been able to, I would say, jump over that hurdle, which you can because you're beautiful, but how have you been able to, stand outside of that?
I forgot to mention that I did an internship for Danny Simpson. I don't know if you know 95.5 in the morning. Yes, and one of the greatest advice, the manager at the office there told me, you have the power. You have the power to show your bra strap. Men can come to you and look at you and tell you you're beautiful and everything, but you have the power, whether for them to take you wherever they want to take you or to sleep with you. The power is in your hand. And I took that and I ran with it. And most of the time, I don't get offended. It's annoying. It's really annoying. But I said, if that's what I'm going to use, my beauty to change my community, to change the world, I'd rather use that than to lay on my back. So I'm using my beauty to transform the lives of Prince Georgians, the life of Africans in Prince George's County. And we want to connect the link between Prince George's County and Africa. So, but it can be very annoying. But at the end, when they see that you are not that kind of a person, you are not there for that, they'll respect you. And I've had the most respect from them. I can call them today and they pick up my call. So you have to set that boundary. You don't have to be rude, but there's a way you can let them know that this is not who I am. I have a more better thing that I came for. If you want to help me, fine. If not, somebody else will help me. And they'll turn around.
So let's talk about this. So last year at the General Assembly, the UN General Assembly, there were, they do the group picture. And in that picture, there was actually most men than women. And so for us outside, when we look at that and we see you guys, how do you relate to that when you see that kind of picture where you are fighting and you are struggling for women in politics and you want to get a woman voice out, but in the higher end, there is still men dominating? How have you been? How do you deal with that?
That's the problem all over the world. We have a lot of work to do. And the reason why most women don't get into politics, especially African women, or not just African women, but women period, it's a lot of sacrifice. We love a lot of Africans, a lot of women to come out and be part of this, thing that, women empowerment and be in politics. But it takes a lot out of you. You sacrifice your family, your finances, your livelihood. So most women, to juggle children, then come to public life is very difficult. So if you see most of the women it's now that you start seeing young people coming, like AOC in New York.
Yeah.
But majority of the time, if you see, yes, she is. I love her. If you see before, if you go back in the day, most of the women that were in politics are older. Their kids have gone to college. They are closer to retirement. Then they start getting involved. But you have to take the community, to sensitize our women that it's okay. We want you here. We want to be at the table. We are tired of, having the crumbs, picking up the crumbs from the table. Because, our body, they're using our body as a political playground. And our bodies are not political playground. Our children are not political playground. We need to be at the table. When you liberate a woman, you liberate an entire continent. When you liberate a woman, you liberate a community, a society. Lives are transformed. So we do the work. We have receipts to prove that we can take care of home and yet still do the people's work. But we have to encourage them to come. Like, for instance, I've been looking for an African woman to lead my campaign because I believe in bringing somebody else up. Can you imagine an African woman take my campaign and I win? That would be a power that we send around the world. But everybody that I called, they're timid. Oh, I don't want to be back. I want to be at the back. I don't want to be up front. So it's very, I don't know, it's because of where we came from or I don't know, the experience that we had, but nobody's stopping us in America. And if we can come together, and the other thing is financial. You barely most of the men that run already have money. It's not like the Africa, in politics in Africa, you go, you make quick money. American politicians who don't have money, we are regular folks that just want to help, go in and, do our civic duty. It's just the name, the power that comes with it. But there's no huge money in it at all. So most of the people that used to go into office were millionaires, the white old men, until they start supporting, the black men to come in. They're now the black woman. So you always pray to God for somebody to see your comments, your videos, so they can sponsor you. But it's very hard, for women to get into that because of financial reasons, because of families and other issues in their lives. So that's why we're so limited up there in every arena, even at the bottom of even at the seat that I'm running for, the state level, the county level, we are not much.
And you say that, and that's so tied in correctly with what the lady I had last week said. She said when it comes to fundraising and getting money, it's hard for a woman. Guys, it's easier for guys to give money to another guy than for the guy to give money to a woman. But I want to have a conversation with you about, family, because I see you are a mom, you have 3 kids, and you go into politics. And like you just talk about, and I have witnessed how the society scrutinize women when they're getting into politics. And so I come to you, you have young kids. What is this conversation that you're having with your children? Like, mommy is about to do this thing, and then people might say all kinds of things about mom.
I literally had to pray to bring that topic up again because the first experience wasn't good for them. Because it seemed like I just jumped into the political arena without doing my research or anything. So it was brutal. It was brutal all the way around. My kids were really upset. But now they're saying that this is what their mom is called out to be. This is, I have nothing against, stay at home moms. But I wasn't made to be a stay at home moms. I wasn't meant to be a housewife. I've always had this fire in me to speak for those that cannot speak for themselves, to stand up for those that cannot stand up for themselves, and just for people to have a decent life, because we cannot transform unless we transform the lives of the regular folks in the community. We cannot transform the whole nation, the whole state, or whatever city you are in, and that goes to Africa. So this is part of me. I've tried all kind of trades in America. I tried the nursing thing. It didn't go nowhere. I tried this. I always find myself back into the political arena. And so I decided that this is, me. This is for me. This is where I'm going to go. This is where I'm going to end. And I had a serious discussion with them, and they're willing to support me. Yeah, they have no choice anyway, but they're willing to support me. It's a sacrifice, and they know that this is mommy's dream. And this is what she had been waiting for all her life. They're much better now. They're in a much better place. And, 2 of them are older now.
Yeah.
Because I had my son when I was, 19, my daughter, 21. She's in college. She'll be graduating in this December. And my son is off again to Texas. So it's just the baby that I have now. And, the father is helping me as well. So this time around, I have a little bit of help.
Your daughter that's in college and she's watching you do this.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you guys communicate when it comes to politics? And she's being your daughter, and she's seen you, she's seen Kamala Harris. Like, what's her interpretation of mommy?
That mommy is a superwoman. I'm now I see her. She's more into the feminist thing now. I went to a room and I saw the post of, she even went a match at one time, and I was like, wow, they really, even though you might think that they're not watching you, they are. Our children are watching our every move, and whatever we do, they're watching. So that's why we need to be careful what we do. And she's my therapist. I talk to her, and she tells me, what to do, what not to do, oh, mom, listen to these things to calm you down, So she's a support system in a way. So I am really proud of her, really, really proud of her.
And I say that I like this because I think for me, seeing a woman who have kids, you have grown kids, and you are still fighting your dream and you're still striving to obtain this. I think
single mother is that.
A single mother, it's an inspiration. And it's an inspiration for us men also, because it's like, okay, look at this young lady who could be doing anything else, but she's still fighting to make sure that our people in our county receive the right things and get the right benefits. But I want to ask you a question. And what do you think the role of a young woman in politics are so important? Why do you think a young woman should be in politics? And how is that so important?
Because look, even when there's war in a country, the peace cannot be sustainable without a woman involved. There's nothing on this earth that you can do that can be sustainable without a woman. We need women because we have the level head. We have the empathy. When the man goes, out there and put their foot in people's behind, we come and smooth it. We put logic, into the issue at hand. We really need women, to come and represent us, because we know our own plight. We know what we need. We know what we want. And the men, yes, the men are great. They've been doing it for centuries on end, but I'm sorry, they have not done a good job. And I think the survival of Africa and the survival of any other nation is in the hands of the women.
Mm.
And if you notice, any nation that does not take care of their women doesn't prosper.
Hey, my sister.
Doesn't prosper. Doesn't.
I mean, you're speaking, you are giving us so much wisdom. It's just like, okay, I'm like overwhelmed right now. But I even had a question that I forgot because I was just like listening to you. But I want to ask you, right? So, you know, you've been in this thing for a while now. And has there been any time where you realized that because you were a woman, you were short-handed?
Well, not so much because of a woman, because I was an African woman.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I was an African woman, and we still have this thing with African Americans and Africans. We still have that we don't want to say it, but there's something there. So I've become a threat to a lot of them, thinking, oh, where did she come from? The little stuff that the white men have given us, now, she's here trying to take that as well. So there was this hostility, but I had to educate them, and some of them don't know that we are not here to take anything away from them. We're here to make the little pie that we have bigger for all of us. We're here to join hands with them and work together for our community, for our children. So nobody's here thinking that, oh, we are better than you or they're better than us. It's a teamwork. We pay taxes just as much as anybody else in this nation, but we are not represented, because Africans are always lumped up, with the Black community. But we have our own total issue. We have a different issue when it comes, because when you come here, we need a stay. They don't know what that is. You tell an African American a DACA, they don't even know what DACA is. They don't know what student visa is. So we need somebody that can advocate for us just as much as the Spanish people are advocating for their Spanish people. And I remember when I was in middle school, high school, we were bullied mercilessly, but there was nobody speaking for us. You had hundreds of kids that drop out of school because they were scared to go home to complain to their parents, and they were scared to go confront the counselors in school. It's that they were no help coming from anywhere, so they had to drop out of school. So we have what I'm trying to say. My fight, and I'm going to say this: I reach out. I'm not going to call her name, but what I'm saying, they will know who I'm talking about. She's the first elected female, African American female, to be elected to Annapolis. The one of the guys, I don't know where they met her, Charles. We all work on the Biden campaign together. So reach out to her, said, see, I want to meet with you, want to come and ask for your support. You know what she told me? She said she doesn't want to meet with me. I don't have nobody. I don't have no money. Basically, I don't have no money. That's what she said, that I am a nobody. So those are the kind of things I got. If that was a white woman, they would have still invited me to come to hear my point, to hear what I have to say. Then they would decide whatever they have to decide. But she cut it dry. She doesn't want to meet with me. So this is the fight I'm fighting, not just with the white people, but I'm fighting with my own people too.
And what you said is so interesting, because what we fail to realize is that you just give us a picture of a whole fight. It's not that. So you, as a African woman living in America, you're a single mom. There are so many layers of barriers that you have to fight, but you're still fighting. So it still takes me back to the point. It's like, what is the encouragement? Why are you pushing? Why are you pushing?
The love of my community, the love of my people. You have to really have love for politics. You have to have love and empathy for people for you to stay in the political arena, because it's not a child's play. It's a real dirty game. They told me that in politics, there's no real friend, there's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemies. Today, your enemy can be your friend. Tomorrow, your friend can be your enemy. And I've learned that in this short period of time that I've been in the American political system. But this is the country where there's second chances. This is the country where you can say, I want to be a trash collector, and you be a trash collector. This is a country where, whatever pain you receive in your own home country, you can come here and just suit it out for you if you're willing to work at it. I am willing to work at it. This is my dream. This is my passion. Nobody is going to deter me. They did the same thing to Obama. So, when Obama started, they said, oh, it was black. America is not ready for black, politician. It was a white man, Ted Kennedy, and another black woman that helped him to be where he got to. So I know there's somebody out there that's going to see me and invest in me. And there are people out there, but sometimes people walk behind closed doors because they are afraid of their own position, of their own, the party, who this. So it's all,
Yeah, and just a segue, and I go into that because like I said earlier, there's a lot of scrutiny. People are going to go into everything about your life.
Yes.
And I think for some of us who are, I consider myself to be semi-private. There are certain things that I'm like, what? I don't want to get into this. So I just stay out of certain things. But I see you, I met you over the time. I seen your tenacity. I seen your assurance. I seen you, I would say this, right? The first time I met you was with the AU ambassador.
Yes.
Number request.
Yes.
And you guys were on a panel. And I would say this to you because I can have a conversation with you. You could tell that lady has had so much experience in politics that she was so confident with herself. Yes. And I saw you rise up to the occasion where you went head to head, you asked, and I was just like, okay, like this is somebody that we really need to watch out for. Because you made sure your point was sent across, you answer your questions, and you were confident in yourself. And I could see the level of respect that we built in the room for you because you were so amazing. And like somebody is saying right now, the person said, you sound so self-assured and determined.
Oh,
I love you. So that's what it's like, that's what I see. And so, just looking back, I want us to just look at PG County. So what kind of initiatives are in place right now to empower women in PG County who want to get into politics?
Well, there's not that much, but you have to self, because I self-funded my campaign.
Yeah.
I spent 120 something thousand last campaign. So that's the discouraging thing. We don't have mentorship in the Black community, and I'm stressing that. Even in the African community, we don't have mentorship. White people, you go to, when I was up in Annapolis, you see these white young kids working with these young white men, they're working with this white women, they're showing them the ropes. But for us, we feel intimidated by somebody young coming up that is smarter or that is prettier, like, oh, she's coming to overshadow me, or he is coming to overshadow me. We have not yet, I don't know how to say the word, but like know the importance of mentorship. Yeah. And we don't have that. Look at the lady, for instance, that I reached out to. She could have pulled me under her wing and helped me get to where I'm going. I'll forever give her that respect, and the world will know that she helped me get to where I'm going. That's what's lacking. If we can just support each other, women will come a lot. Women will come. We and I always say we the women also we are our own worst enemies, because we will know that we went through this pain, but instead of helping that person that went through the same pain we went through, we put more pepper in their pain instead of helping them, instead of them bringing them closer and say, I'm here for you, let me open doors for you. Me opening doors for you doesn't threaten my own stand in life. And I'm going through that right now. Some of the Africans that, they were born here, but they said they call themselves Africans. They're not talking to me. I thought we'll be standing together as one. It's like, I shouldn't be a threat to you. I even made a public, I don't know whether you saw the post, calling them, that we all need to work together. We are not running against each other. If we work as one, I'm telling you, these people, they'll be so scared of, they know we are here. They know the Africans are here. We have the money. When it comes, we don't have physical cash. That's what we play with. They know we have it, but we would rather go support somebody else than they support us. But I'm hoping that this time around, things are changing. I think Africans now are being proud of themselves.
And that's what it is. I think we are being proud of ourselves. I think this movement that has started where people are the whole Black Lives Matter, people identify
Yes.
with Africa and stuff like
Yes.
that. Because I will
Yeah.
tell you, when I came over to the States, there are people that I interacted with who I knew they were like, there was a Liberian girl that said she was from Jamaica. And I was like,
oh, thank you. I did the same thing in high school. Yeah. All the Sierra Leonean girls were saying they're from Jamaica. And I still know them.
I'm like, they don't want to identify with Africa, but I think now that we have, I think now that, the world have seen what Africans can do, we've gotten the opportunity, they're African. I mean, there are Africans that are moving up in Congress, moving up in places. And so
everywhere you turn around.
Yeah, and that's why that was going to be my next segue for you, because I think it's like, this is the trend that I'm noticing. I'm noticing that a lot of Africans are city council, congressman, warden, district council person. So how are you looking at that strategy? Is it to start from the bottom and move your way up, or just go and hit it from wherever you think you can?
Well, I believe that we all have to pay our dues in society. Most people tend to go for Congress. I actually get a call, from a very important person, a text that, you're too intelligent to do Maryland local politics. But I believe that the local politics is more important to you and I than the presidential election, than the state election, than the federal offices. Because what we do, if I get into office, what I do, you want police reform, we deal with that. You want roads, we deal with that. You want healthcare, you want your child to go to a better school, we deal with that. We deal with your daily life. Your life is in our hand. That's where the power is. Yes, I know we're going global, but the power is local. So I want to start local and build my own network to carry me up to where I want to go. And because majority of the time we want to go for the big thing. Yeah, it's great. But Obama too started at the bottom. He just didn't just jump up there and become, most people don't know that he started at the bottom and he lost.
Yeah.
He lost his first election, but he never gave up. He came back. Obama was so broke. Thank God for Michelle. But, I want to start at the county level, make a difference. Then by then, everybody in the Democratic Party would have known who Siah is. Then I can walk my way up. That's how they normally do it.
And I like you said that, because I think with the whole local thing, I think people don't understand the importance of your local government. Those little policies, that the education, the school district, and I tell people all the time, when I'm voting, those are the things that I read. I need to know who's running the education board person. Who's my district? Who's the wards? And who's those people? Because those are the people that make the major decisions.
When we the decisions that governs you for 40 years. Yes, it's at the local level.
And I need to know who are the people that are running to be state attorney, who's want to be district attorney. Those are the people that I look at where I'm like, okay, this person don't put all them Black people in jail. Why are we going to vote him in for somebody? So these things, I love that you brought it up, because I don't think people understand the intricate parts of these little can really help us be in the long run. But again, looking at women, you have been an instrumental voice when it comes to women empowerment, when it comes to women, advancement for women and all that kind of stuff. How do you see yourself as someone who is advocating for women when you do get into the office? How do you see yourself really handling that?
In terms of handling the women issue?
Women issues, just women issues. Basic, I would say this, basic, there are women who abuse. There are women.
Yeah, that's my platform. Domestic violence is my platform because I've been through it. Then the major thing that we're suffering from now is daycare. Affordable daycare for mothers, for single mothers. Our president is even talking about it. Personal infrastructure. We need that. It's not just the physical infrastructure. We have to work with our mothers to help them, to help them educate themselves, to help them provide for their family members by giving them a minimum wage. Instead of $7 an hour, let's give them $15 an hour so they can at least spend some time with their family. Some parents, some mothers go to work 16, 20 hours a day. By the time they come home, the kids are sleeping. Because they have to pay house rent, they have to pay mortgage, they have to pay daycare fee. So that's why if we can allow them to have free pre-K, free pre-K and kindergarten, it will really help the mothers, do well for themselves and do well for the community. So it's going to take all of us to work at it, men and women, to do this. Because there are women that are really suffering, especially during this COVID time. There are a lot of women that want to go to work, but they have nowhere to leave their children.
Yeah.
And some of the 40 million Americans are going to be homeless, and half of them are going to be women and with children. So women's issue is very, very dear to my heart. And because I believe that, what a man can do, a woman can do better. But we need to give them the opportunity to do it.
So I say this to you, you're from West Africa, and I think my little assumption and personal experience that West African women are extremely progressive.
Yes.
Extremely progressive. They are outside of the box. And it's getting bigger and bigger as time change. Will you say that based on that progression when it comes to West African women, that's why women from that side of Africa are easy to assimilate into society and becoming the things that they are today?
Yes, because we dealt with more of the English, people. We interacted with them, so we're easy. Anywhere we go, people from West Africa, the women from West Africa, assimilate into people's culture. Sometimes you will not even know that they're from Africa. We have that ability to do that. To come together and say, I want to be part of my community as well. I want to bring about change as well. So we have that power, and I think we can do it. We just need a little bit of push, from our men, because sometimes our men do not support us, and that's where that's another issue. Our men tend to feel like, okay, if the woman have power or she'll have mouth, she will not respect me at home. So sometimes they hold them back. But what I went through at my young age, I thank God, because if it wasn't for that, I would not be here where I'll not be talking to you today. Because not knowing that he was laying a path for me to be where I am today.
And so you took us into my next question. I think you saw my questions. You're back.
Yes.
But I had a conversation with I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and we're talking about why Black or African women, let me just focus, why Black or African women aren't, they're lagging behind when it comes to politics. And he said, because they aren't pursuing it. And I said, I just think it's the structure. I think there are a lot of structural obstacles. And so what do you think?
The structural obstacle is the family, the man in the house.
Okay.
We still have that mentality, even though we're in America. We're supposed to be progressive. We're supposed to think of our own. But yet still our one foot is in Africa, where they say, oh, the man is supposed to be head of the house. You should not go against your man's language. And you still have it in America here. So instead of them helping us go forward in life, they tend to hold the women back, by having so many children and not educating them, can't bring them here, send them to work, working 16, 17 hours a day. So all that is a destruction to a woman's psyche, to give them that say, okay, I can do this. We don't have that in our community where the man can say, honey, I got your back. That's why if you notice, most of the women that make it, most of the African women, they have either white boyfriend or white husband, that push them forward or go be with a white person to push them forward, because our men are not, they don't push us like to go forward and do what we have to do because of the self-esteem reason.
I was going to say that, but do you see some sort of competition? Like when you are like a political woman with a man who's, as like you said, with low self-esteem, is there some kind of competition? Like, okay, so she's trying to be the man and stuff like that.
I personally went through that.
Oh,
My previous relationship ended because of that. Yes.
wow.
That I wanted to be the man. So, he wanted to do everything to make me feel like I am nothing, because, I don't, I have to cook. I have to do this. And the thing about it, this person grew up in America as well. He
Uh-huh.
came here when he was 17. So you would think that his mindset is American,
Yeah.
to help the woman, but not to come and suppress the woman. And that's why I decided that I'd rather be single to achieve my
Wow.
dream.
We're gonna find you somebody. We can do this. But you say that, and I want to ask you a question. I just want to ask you an honest question. Do you think it's easier as a woman in politics to be single than to be married and have a husband and all that other responsibilities?
If the husband is there to support her, it's easier. But if the husband is not there to support her, she'd rather be by herself, because she can go without coming back home without nobody asking questions. She can get up in the morning and say, I'm going, without anybody asking any question. The husband have to be supportive, 100% supportive, there for her. You see, look at Hillary Clinton. Look at Barack Obama. The spouses are standing right there because they saw the big picture. But our African men have not seen the big picture. They are the one that question us. You think you can achieve that? While the Americans believe in us, our own people question our ability to achieve our dream. That's the biggest problem. Stop questioning the woman.
And so you say that, and I just want to, tell me about your feeling when Joe Biden won, and now we get the first female vice president. I want you to give us a picture of where you were and what happened to you. Because I know you had to be catapulted to another level.
I was in Delaware. I was in Delaware actually. They really honored me. I don't know how to say it. They, by just using my picture, for the volunteer call on their videos. I got interviewed by his granddaughter. So I didn't go there for that. I just went because I believe in him. I liked him because of Obama, and I believe that he was the guy that was going to come take us out of this mess. And I got a call, and I said, I'm ready to go. We went there. I was doing my thing, and they took a picture. The next minute, I just saw myself everywhere. On their every ad that they had, my picture was there. So yeah. I was in Delaware, and I was beside myself. Can you imagine? You work so hard. You believe in somebody. You walk in. People telling you all kinds of stuff. Oh, you guys are going to lose. He's an old man, and then. Here, I remember when he picked Kamala, people were saying, "Oh, we're going to lose. We're going to lose." But that was the best decision he made, because he brought the women, the Caribbean women, the African women, the indigenous women. He brought every woman. We literally put him in there. If it wasn't for that, if he had picked any other woman, he would have lost. Mm-hmm. But because of that, it was. I'm beside myself right now talking to you.
I just want to talk about this because it's evident, and she's a woman of color.
Yes.
She's a woman of color, and you as a Black woman.
Yeah.
Did you see, did that propel you more? Because
yes. If she can do it. The only difference, she was born here, but her family from outside. From Jamaica, the father from Jamaica, the mom was a Black Indian. Yeah. So if she can do it, I know one day I will do it. And that's the same thing I'm doing for the young girls that are coming after me. Uh-huh. People say, oh, you're out there. Why don't you give up? I want them to take a look at me and say, because of Siah, I did not give up. With all that accent in her mouth, she did not give up. Because of her, I want them to take a look at me and say, I did not give up. And because of them, I'm going to continue going. No matter how long it takes, the road is long, I will still go up there. And so,
you in Prince George's County, like we said earlier, PG County yes. have a lot of Africans in this county. A lot of Africans here too.
Yes.
And so, being in Prince George's County, you talked about, the benefits that you've received, and this is why you want to give back. And so, can you just share with us some of the important things when it comes to your platform that you're mm-hmm. really, that, you think it's like, look, these are the things that's needed in PG County, and we need to do this.
Yeah, first and foremost, we need to revitalize Prince George's County.
Okay.
We have to. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. When I talk about the fourth industrial revolution, look right now what we're doing. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. Everything now, if anybody talk about nuclear war right now, they were born in the 50s.
Yeah.
Now it's technology. And COVID have shown us that this is how we're going to do, from now on, this is how we're going to be dealing with each other. That's why the world have become global. And you will not believe a little city like Dubai have become the first in the world to have a blockchain power. And we are here in the United States. Our children cannot even have a laptop, to do their work. They can't even have cable or Wi-Fi to do their work. It's a shame. With all these taxes that we are paying, we pay the highest taxes in the nation, but there's nothing to show for. Absolutely nothing. We don't have a decent place, to go eat. We don't have a decent place to go shop. I'm always in Montgomery County. I have this, I take them to Montgomery County. I have this, I take them to Montgomery County. What is wrong with Prince George's County? Because we have politicians that have set in their roles. They are old and set in their roles. They're not going to change. And we cannot change Prince George's County if we have a stale government, a stale politician, and politicians that are still stuck in the 20th century. We need Prince George's County to get into the 21st century. Look at Raleigh, Durham, Raleigh, where my dad works. That the city is so vibrant. The people want that. People want to come together, but with a clean ecosystem, which you don't have in Prince George's County. And the money is there. It's just the organization, the leadership. Something is wrong. And this is why we all need to come together. Because this is the cream of the crop. This is the richest Black county. So we want to show the white people, we want to show the world that Black people cannot govern themselves without infighting, without personal fighting. Because if you go to some of these city council meeting, you hear somebody, there's a cat on the tree. Cat on the tree. And I don't like her because she is this. You rarely see white people fighting. The only time you see white people fighting is over money, the allocation of money. But Black people, we have no system. We fight each other for personal thing that doesn't make any sense. We still have that tribalistic thing in Prince George's County. That's our biggest problem, because this person have been in office for this long, so they are mentoring their kid to take this position. Just like in Africa, our politics in Prince George's County, no different than in Africa. That's our biggest problem. And until we get rid of that, Prince George's County will not go nowhere.
And you say that, and I was just, you say that, and I remember, so the city that I live in, we did the mayor, I remember it's right before COVID, and we got our new mayor. And so, they got this new app, it's called Nextdoor, that, everybody can talk about the community. And they were tearing him down, and I was just like, and then when I look at it, it's all Black people.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally went online and said, this man just got in power. Like literally, and COVID happened. What do you guys want him to do?
What do you want
him to do? I'm like, as a community, I think we're supposed to support him, rally around him to help him so that he can do. Because can you imagine the stress that he's going through? Just became mayor, and then COVID happened. All the plans that he had probably can't even work the plans out because everything shut down.
Everything shut down.
When I looked at it, it was like all these Black people, and they were just going in on him. Now, just like, wow. Like the way how we operate when it comes to our own people is very scary.
It's very scary. Very scary. I'm telling you.
When the script is flipped to the other race, they don't do that to people.
They don't.
People, they don't care.
That's what I tell people. You try to go to these meetings so you can see how your money is being spent. Don't just go to work. You come, I'm tired, this and that, and see how these people are spending your money. Because some of the time they're sitting out there, they're mad at each other. Nothing moved. Look at Glen Arden. Glen Arden lost, I think, 4-point-something million because
they were fighting.
They're fighting with each other. Can you imagine that? So the citizens lost out of their money,
and they don't even know what's going on because nobody is taking the time to deal with that.
And I'm saying this. Sometimes when this session start next year, I'm going to invite a couple of people to go up with me in Annapolis. Most of these people that we elect, they don't know a jack. The questions they ask, you ask where you think that I'm the American born, they are the foreigner. They don't know anything. So that's why we need to elect people that know the issues, that know what's going on. These people just, I'm the first black this. That's it. Then what you got to show for? What's the ability? What can you bring to the table? We have a lot of work to do in Prince George's County. It is so beautiful in Prince George's County. We have everything. You go, you turn on your left, on your right, BWI is right here. You turn on your left, Virginia is right here. We are in the center. The center by the White House is right there. This should be the the Athens of Prince George's County.
And it's
we're thriving.
Say that, but it's so weird when you tell people you do live in Prince George's County. This is the first
they look at your money. Yes.
Yes. Like, okay, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Once you tell them that, it's like, and I would say that because I'm just gonna be on. Was in that. I was in that space where it's like I was in Montgomery County. I was living in Montgomery County and Montgomery County, and then I moved to PG. I was just like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, real DC, so I can jump right on the parkway and I'm in DC and all that good stuff. But I think it's the fact where it's like, I think, like you said it earlier, I think more women need to get into politics. I think we need more of our mothers and our sisters to take politics serious. And it helped us a lot because, like, I've heard a couple of times, it's like, like women lead differently.
Totally differently.
It's a totally different way because it's like she lead the way she would manage her house. She would take care of her kids,
her children.
She lead the way she will do everything. And so, just address something. Someone just sent a question to you and they say, "What are the top 2 issues that you hope to address as the head if you do become councilwoman?"
Taxes. Taxes is number 1. They're taxing the heck out of us, but we are not getting any benefit from it. We're not seeing anything.
I bought my car tire the other day.
You say nothing. We're not getting nothing. Then the next is childcare. Childcare, and the third is wage. The minimum wage needs to go up. I am for lifting the minimum wage because some places they still pay $7.25. Who can survive on $7.25 in this day and age? And you have children. No, we need to raise our wage up. So that and safety, police. That basically she asked for 2, I'm giving her 4.
Yeah. And so we almost at the time to get out of here, but I just want you to tell the people who are watching and the people who will watch, what's next for Siah? What's next? What's next for Siah?
Well, I could have, gone out and, get a job with the Biden campaign or go somewhere and get a 6-figure job. But I want to serve my community. That's what I was born to do. And my next my next venture is to become the next Prince George's County Councilwoman, District 3. Which is it's just few that I can call right now: Glendale, Lanham, Greenbelt. If you live in College Park,
good. That's if you live in the African community.
That's the African.
That's it. I used to live in Lanham.
Oh, really? Yeah. Lanham, New Carrollton. New Carrollton is a big one. Riverdale, Hyattsville. So those are all my districts. So this is what I'm. By the end of the month, I should publicly come out and start knocking doors and trying to see how I can partake. We can partake because it's not me, it's us. You guys are the one going to put me there. I can't get there by myself. So I am, and politics is money. The first time that I ran for office, I used my own money, which was a no-no because I was too, ashamed to ask for money. And they said, that's something that you don't do. So now I am
asking. You gotta know how to ask for that money.
Yes, I am asking my people. I want your money. You can keep your votes. I want your money because when you give me your money, your money will buy 10 and 20 votes for me. So please.
Publicly, I am telling you, I'm going to introduce you to a girl who know how to collect people money.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I will send you her information.
Oh, please.
You know how like fundraising, we get her all the
Yes.
time, but she will collect money.
Oh, thank you. That's what I did. Yeah.
But this was the voice of Siah Finoh. Like she said, she's going publicly, it's going to come out for District 3 of PG County. It was amazing. Yes. The wealth of knowledge that you have as a young woman is just out of this world. We appreciate you. And
thank
like you. This platform is going to be open for you. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it.
Thank you.
I'm going to put my hat on so I can be helping you to knock on doors, but I want to let you know we're going to do this. We're going to do this financially, whatever we can to help you.
Thank you.
I see your passion, and I know that you want change in this community.
Yes, change have to come.
Yes,
you know, we deserve better.
And for all political correct, we can't run. We can't be in politics because they're going to tear us apart because we don't know how to answer. You know the right question to make everybody happy. I mean, we just spoil the whole thing. But we appreciate you. We say thank you for coming. And if you have one more thing for the audience, for a young girl that's watching or listening, what is it that you can tell her that she can take away from this?
She shouldn't give up. It is not an easy road. Anybody that tells you that your dream is coming tomorrow, they're lying to you. It takes persistency. It takes tenacity. It takes daring. Keep knocking. One day somebody will say yes to you. If 100 people say no to you, no, you should never say no to yourself before somebody tells you no. Because a lot of kids, instead of asking for help, he's not going to help me, so let me don't even bother. Never say no to yourself. You know, what are they going to do to you? Nothing, but say no. You move on to the other place. So hold on. It's difficult. The road is not smooth. The road is crooked. But if you keep your eye on that prize and know the big picture, you can get there as well. And I'm here. If there's anything you want me to do for you, if you want me to hold your hand to walk with you, I am here for you. I'm speaking to the girls, and I'm speaking to the boys as well, but more the young girls. They need mentorship, and I'm here to mentor you. Even if I don't win, even if I don't go anywhere in this political arena, I'm doing it for you. So you too can say, this little girl from Africa, from West Africa, with all the accents in her mouth, she still had the audacity to say she want to be part of the American political system. And you are going to take from there. Let me be your shoulder to stand on. You can stand on my shoulder anytime. God bless you.
You guys heard it. That was Siah Finoh, and this was Deep Conversation, and we see you next week. Siah, thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring this invitation. We appreciate you, and we're gonna.
I want to take a picture so I can post it on Facebook.
Sure, so we are ready.
So I can bluff small and say my brother interviewed me tonight.
Well, you have a good evening, and we will see you another time. You're welcome.